Hello, my name is Professor Champy, and welcome to English 201. I'm very happy to be here back for another semester, and I'm very happy that all of you have decided to join for this class. So I do want to kind of explain how the class is going to work. I want to tell you a little bit about myself, and also get into a little bit of just what you can expect for this course, the kinds of things we're going to be looking at, the kinds of writing that we're going to do. So, first of all, I'm sure some of you probably took an asynchronous course last semester, but I don't know if other people do it the same way as me necessarily, and some people maybe didn't take this kind of course last semester. But I just want to explain kind of how you're going to attend class and what our classes are going to be, and how I'm going to deliver them, from my apartment here. Um, so number one is these videos, right? If you're here right now, you are watching this video. So every week I'm going to be posting at least one and usually more, probably more like two or three videos per week. I'm going to try to keep them short. I always try to keep them short. I'm not usually successful. But for me, the sweet spot is somewhere between like 8 and 15 minutes. I'm not going to give you these hour-long videos that are like the length of a regular class or whatever. Because in addition to these videos, we're also going to have discussion boards that we're going to be doing almost every week. Maybe there will be a week or two where, like, maybe when we're really in depth working on an essay, I won't have us do a discussion that week or something. But usually, you're going to have at least one or two, not more than two though, discussion boards to work on. So, like you see for this week, you have a reading, Should Writers Use Their Own English by Vershawn Young, and there's also a discussion about it. And then we have a second discussion. I'll talk at the end of the video about things that I'm going to have you work on this week. But yeah, so it's going to be a combination of videos, and these discussions are going to be your class experience, which isn't, much of a class experience, I know. But we're going to do the best that we can, and I think my skills as a pure streamer, instead of a live performer, I think have improved since last March when I started doing this. So be glad that you have me now and not then, because I think I was very bad. But I don't know. Hopefully, I've gotten better. So yeah, videos, discussions. I'm going to grade the attendance. I'll talk a little more about the grades in a minute, but I am going to grade your attendance based on the discussions mostly. I don't really have a way of verifying, who actually watches the videos, as their, YouTube videos, but I can see how many views they have though. So if I post a video and by the end of the week it only has like 2 views, I will, probably say something to all of you, be like, hey guys, you're not watching my videos. And I do put a lot of work into these, and they are pretty difficult, to get yourself psyched up and stuff when I can't see the audience when I'm just looking, at myself here. So yeah, I hope that you will take the time to watch all of them, and I will do my best to help you guys. I'm also going to try to make them as interactive as I can. Obviously, with having them being pre-recorded, they can't be all that interactive. But I am going to use things that you guys post in the discussion boards or things that you submit for homework, or when I read your essays and your drafts and stuff. I will use all of that to determine what I'm going to be saying in the videos. So I am going to, personalize it and individualize it as much as I can. So please do watch the videos, post in the discussions, and all that. All right, let's turn to the syllabus. For some videos, I will try to, project an image of what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to do that with the syllabus. So, we've got a syllabus here. You can check it out. It is posted on the Moodle page under course information. You have the syllabus. You also have a rubric that I use for grading essays. And then you have just like a couple of bullet points for kind of the instructions for the online classes that you can look at. So you can read through the syllabus if you're interested in, kind of what the college envisions for this course and some of the rough objectives and things that I'll be using. But the real thing that I would draw your attention to is on the third page. A couple of things here. Number one, it says here that all the readings for the class will be posted on Moodle. I'm not requiring you to buy a book of any sort. I am of the impression that, the college textbook industry is kind of scam. So yeah, I'll basically be scanning stuff from the book that the college uses, as well as some other places. I think over the years, I've kind of picked up essays from here and there. So I'll be scanning that stuff and I'll post all of it on Moodle. So you don't need to buy a book or anything like that. The other main thing on the syllabus here is the grading. Um, so you could take a look at this, but you'll see I have the categories broken down into process writing, which I'll talk more. I'll probably have a whole video about the writing process and what that means. Maybe you remember that phrase from Composition 1. But most of that's going to have to do with like rough drafts and stuff like that. That's 15% of the grade. Participation, which I just talked about, mostly posting in these discussion boards, is going to be 15% of your grade. Homework, which is like these journals. You'll see like I have a journal one is your homework for next week. That's 15% also. So that's 45% of the grade right there. That's rough drafts, posting in the discussion boards, and doing the homework, right? So that's pretty much half your grade. That's kind of just participating and handing stuff in on time. So I think that's pretty fair. I think you'll agree. Okay, other than that, we have small writing assignments, which are going to be not really full essays. These are going to be more like little writing exercises that are probably going to be 1 to 2 pages in length, and they are going to be worth 10% of your grade. And then we have three major essays that we're going to be doing. I'll tell you a lot more about them. We'll start talking about the first one probably next week. But we're going to have three major essays we're going to do over the semester. The first one's 10%, the second one's 15%, the third one is 20%. And that should all add up to 100%, not 500. I also have here that late assignments will lose 5 points for every day that they are late. I don't know if I'm always going to be that punitive, but I just like to put that there as like, the most points you could possibly lose. I do accept late work. I'll be accepting it all semester. I am, I think, pretty sympathetic to what it's like to have to live in the world that we do, in the country that we do, and try to get our work done as things rapidly fall apart around us. So I am pretty sympathetic to that. So I'm going to be accepting late work, and I would encourage you all to get in touch with me if there's anything going on keeping you from submitting things on time or doing the discussions or whatever. Just get in touch with me. I'm sure we can figure something out. Um, so yeah, I think that's most of the things I want on the syllabus. Just that we don't need a book. That's how your grades broken down, and the attendance. Oh, one other thing that's on here. There's a thing about plagiarism on here that I don't usually talk about all that much, but I don't know. I'm kind of considering using something like Turnitin or whatever this semester. I usually don't do that. The last semester, I kind of had a lot of people that I totally caught just copying from websites and stuff. I feel like not being in person makes people feel like they can do that more, like easier to get away with, or won't be as bad, or something. So yeah, don't plagiarize. It's very annoying for me. I get very offended. I usually don't get upset in any way with my job or with students. But yeah, not great seeing things plagiarized. Especially because I think I'm a pretty fair grader, where if you're just doing your best, I think you'll get by. So I may be using Turnitin or something like that, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so hopefully that clears some things up. If you're not sure about how you're going to participate in the course or how our classes work, maybe send me an email and I will get back to you. You can email me, of course, with any questions throughout the year. I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can, but I do have a lot of emails. But yeah, I will get back to you for sure. Okay, so next, I think I just want to tell you a couple of things about me, just to kind of, personalize the course a little bit, make this, not quite so, you know, just impersonal. So, first of all, I would say that I'm from Monmouth County in New Jersey. Maybe you guys know where that is. Where I was born, I was like maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes from like Point Pleasant Beach, if you're familiar with that. So I went to college in the city. I went to St. John's University. So I've always been, around this general area. Now I live in Bloomfield, just a few exits up from Union County. I've been teaching at Union for like, or up Bergen County. I don't know why I said Union County. Bergen County. I've been teaching at Bergen for, I don't know, like 4 years now, I think, either 3 or 4 years, something like that. Um, Oh yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys. So I said I went to St. John. So I do have a master's in English. I focused on 20th century novels mostly, but also some plays. I also specialized in Marxist economic theory and kind of Marxist literary theory. We'll talk a lot more about literary theory and what that is and how that works in the next few weeks. Some other things about me. I do watch a lot of sports. Been watching a lot of Nets games lately. Now that James Harden is on the team, very excited about the Nets this year. Probably the most thing I'm excited about as it comes to sports. Definitely not the Giants, you know. Uh, I also gamble on sports a lot. I always have bets going on. So if you have any tips, maybe send them out. I play a lot of video games. That's definitely over the break. I was playing, probably way too much video games. Lately, I've been playing this strategy game called Civilization 6. And I've also been playing this game, Ghosts of Tsushima, where you're like a samurai. So, yeah, that's definitely something I have going on a lot. So that's, yeah, some stuff about me. I also want to talk really quick just about kind of my ideas about teaching and pedagogy and learning and stuff, and just give you, a perspective of like where I'm coming from and how I try to teach and how I want the course to work. Um, so I think that a lot of professors, just or even teachers like high school as well, just kind of want to show a PowerPoint or present you with like notes or information or whatever, right? So they like show you PowerPoint and they go, oh, here's what this says, and then you're supposed to, just sit there and like furiously write everything down that they tell you, right? I think that kind of teaching implies that education or learning is just the simple kind of transfer of knowledge, right? Like I'm the professor, I've got this knowledge in my head. So what I'm going to do in this class is, try to give you this knowledge, right? And I really just don't think that that's how it works. I don't think that that's what works best for students. I think that that makes school incredibly boring. And I ultimately don't think people really learn a lot, doing it that way. That kind of teaching, where it's just the professor, trying to give you the knowledge, it reminds me of if you've ever gotten directions to a place that you've never been before. Like I remember this was one semester I was working at Union County College, um, and I was working out a campus that I'd never been to before, and I was going to my parking pass over the summer, and the security guard was like trying to tell me where I had to go to park. This is in Elizabeth, and he's telling me, oh, just go down Market Street, you got the Dunkin' Donuts right here. There's a light, make a left, and then make your first right, and then another left, and it's right there. You can't miss it. Um, and then, first day of the semester when I'm trying to find this place, of course, I park in the wrong parking garage. I end up having to pay for it, even though I already paid for a pass. So I think that's kind of where that sort of teaching gets you of just showing a PowerPoint or whatever. You get lost, right? Because it's just someone telling you, and that's not how we learn. Another way I like to think about this is like if you're trying to teach someone how to play baseball, right? What do? Do you explain to them every rule that there is and double play and oh, here's how a sac fly works and just tell them all these things? No, you just kind of give them a baseball, right? So that just goes to say that I don't view myself as kind of the center of knowledge. I think that we all have knowledge that's valuable and have insights that are important. So I want to hear from everybody, and that's one of the reasons that I'm doing these discussion threads. It's not to just give you more busy work or give you a grade or something. It's because when I teach a class, the discussions with the students are the most important thing to me, and it's really how I view myself as not just telling the students, oh, here's how to write it this way, and here's a story, here's the right way to think about this story. I view myself much more as kind of prompting students to come up with their own ideas. You know what I mean? Well, my opinions are not really that important. Like I'll give them to you just because I like my own opinions. But at the end of the day, a class is about the students and not about the teacher, right? Um, so the discussion threads are very important to me. I am going to respond to you guys, like I said, either in directly responding or doing a video where I talk about the things that you guys wrote there. But I really do value that kind of back and forth, and I think it's the only way that people really learn effectively. So I'm going to try to do as much as I can. Obviously, it's a lot harder this semester and last semester. I normally do a lot of group work too, where I have students kind of work together, and I don't know if there's really any way to replicate that. I'm not totally sure about that one yet. But yeah, that's kind of how I approach the course, and I want you guys not just to like try to tell me what you think I want to hear, but to really develop your own opinions and ideas. And I think that is going to be the best writing. Also, is when you actually believe the thing you're saying. I think that gives us the best essay. So yes, that's just kind of where I'm coming from in terms of teaching the class. Okay, I'll wrap this up as quick as I can. Just a couple more things. I just wanted to say that, like, just give you a little taste for what this class is going to be, and the kind of subject matter we're going to cover. So this is still a composition class, right? This is composition 2. So you should have taken composition 1 probably last semester, maybe before that, but that's fine. So hopefully you have an idea of composition. It's about different kinds of writing, writing essays, the writing process, doing drafts, brainstorming, revising, getting feedback, all that stuff, right? So this is still a composition class. So we're going to have, a lot of those things. We are going to be doing rough drafts and all those kinds of things you might have learned with composition. Now, the other part of this class, what makes it different from last semester, like, I'll give you my own take on some of the concepts that you might have encountered last semester. I think I'll say it. I think I'm kind of better at teaching this stuff than some other people. So I will give you, my views on these things that I think could help you. But the other kind of component of this course, it's part composition course and it's part literature course. So what that means is that we are going to be reading fiction. We're going to be doing a unit on short stories, a unit on poetry, and a unit on a play. I know that sounds awful and that many of you are Xing out of the video right now, but I promise it won't be that bad. I pride myself on liking good art. So I do think that the stories and the things that I'm going to present you with are, top quality. Better, I would say, than the things that you might have encountered before. I'll tell you right now, we're not doing any Shakespeare. So, don't drop this class because you think we're going to be reading Shakespeare. We're not going to read Shakespeare. Everything we're going to read is going to be from the 20th century. I can tell you that. They are going to be, from different times within there and different kind of movements and things like that. But everything will be 20th century, so no Chaucer, no Shakespeare. Don't worry. But yeah, we're gonna I'm going to try to answer, I think, some of the questions that have never been answered because I'm assuming you guys have probably written before about a story or a play or whatever, but I don't think we ever really knew like why we were doing that or what the point was or like why anyone cares to do this or like what the fuck's going on with writing about fiction. So I'm going to try to answer some of those fundamental questions. The first couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about what I would call literary theory, which is just kind of like the kind of grounding for like why people like write about literature the way they do, how it's done, and like yeah, just like what's at stake in doing this. Why should anyone care about this, right? Why should anyone care about your interpretation of some short story? We're going to try to answer those questions the next couple of weeks, and that is kind of why I'm having you read one of the readings I gave you for homework. I'm calling it a sample literary analysis essay. We're going to be writing literary analysis essays in this class. So what I'm having you look at for your first real piece of homework is a student essay about the acclaimed television show Pokemon. And we're going to look at this essay because it is a literary analysis essay. I don't think it's perfect. I think that has a lot of flaws, and we can talk about that, but it is, generally speaking, doing the thing that literary analysis should do. So I'm already talking too much. We'll talk more about that next class. But I just wanted to let you guys know right up front that it's going to be kind of composition, but also looking at literature. So yeah, let me just leave you with then what you can do for this week. So first of all, you can read the essay "Should Writers Use Their Own English" by Vershawn Young, which is an excellent essay, one of my favorites, written by a doctor. It's from an academic journal, if you guys know what that is. That's where kind of the highest level of essays that professors write, they get collected in journals. So you have that essay to read. It's from a composition journal. So I kind of like to use that essay to set the tone for kind of how I view composition. So take a look at that, read through that essay. Then there's a discussion about that essay that I think I'm asking you to post in by Thursday, because I'm also asking you to respond to someone else's post by Friday. And then there is another discussion that's just about a reading for school and why we hate it so much. I love to ask students why they hate things, because I think a lot of people don't like English class particularly. So I kind of want to look into that and see why that is and see if we can't, make it better. So that's another discussion you have. And then you have the essay to read, like I was just talking about. And then there is a journal where I'm asking you to just kind of introduce yourself. That doesn't need to be super formal, it's just a little homework assignment. But mostly, yeah, I still want to kind of try to get to know all of you, at least a little bit, through your writing, obviously, and through this journal. So, yes, that's all that you have. And the journal and the essay, you should do all of that by Monday. Oh, last thing I'm going to say here is that I do plan on having videos, at least one video posted for you on Monday morning each week. So since we don't have any specific class time, meeting day or whatever, it's kind of the whole week, and then just whenever you have time within that. And I might have things due on Wednesday during the week. I might have things due on Friday. I might have things due the next Monday. So you definitely want to be aware of that and probably like mark it on a calendar or something. I'll always put the instructions right at the top there when you click on the week for Moodle and have just bullet points for what you need to do and when it's due. Um, but yeah, sorry for posting this video a little bit late. Normally, I'll try to have at least one video for you the first day of class that week. And then throughout the day on Monday, I'll probably post either one or two more. So I would say by Tuesday morning, all of my videos every week should be up. And then you can watch them, whenever you get a chance to. All right, I've already talked way too much. I'm excited about this. This is going to be fun, I think. I know you're all disagreeing with me on that, but I do think we're going to have some fun. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to see some of your writing. Yeah, and I'll talk to you all soon.